Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing a best case scenario for the Democrats in 2022. Previously, yesterday, I did a video, or not yesterday, but before I did a video for the best case scenario for Republicans in 2022. Now I'll be doing one for the Democrats. Before I start, make sure to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're getting so close to 200 subscribers, so keep it up. And I can't wait to get to 200 because that'll be a huge milestone. Anyway, let's get right into this video. Safe Democrat races. As I say, in pretty much every Senate race, I'm not going to be getting into these safe states. I will consider Illinois, obviously, this time a safe Democrat state in the best case scenario for Democrats. All right, there we go. Now, likely or safe states for Republicans. Still a good amount. But I will probably restrict it to about this. So 45 to 42, already an advantage for the Democrats. Now let's get into likely states. Colorado will be a likely state for the Democrats. And that'll actually be the only likely state for the Democrats. Now, for likely Republicans, I see Missouri being a likely Republican state now, not a solid Republican state. What we've seen with the previous election in 2016, it can get close over there with Roy Blunt in 2016 only winning by about 2.3%. However, I think with this polarization, Missouri still will be a likely Republican state regardless of how well the Democrats perform in 2022. And Iowa, Chuck Grassley, still a very popular senator in the state of Iowa. He'll win Iowa probably by, even in the best case scenario for Democrats, still around anywhere, probably around 10 points. But that'll be it for the likely Republican states. Now let's jump right into the lean Democrat states. Lean Democrat states. That will be including Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania will be a lean Democrat race. And actually, as well as New Hampshire. All of these states, and that will give them a clear majority in the Senate, flipping already one Senate seat at 51 Senate seats. Maggie Hassan will keep her race against Chris Sununu if she decides to run, or if Chris Sununu does not run against her, which probably would be the best case scenario because there would be a worse opponent for the Republicans, or a worse nominee for the Republicans. Hassan will be able to cling on to that state by around 2 to 3 points for the Democrats, even in a red wave year such as this. Pennsylvania, you nominate a candidate such as Tom Wolf or one of those Democrats that tend to have that popularity in Pennsylvania. They could also win in a lean margin. Democrats, we have seen some be popular out of Minnesota. Biden, not Minnesota, Pennsylvania. In a presidential election, Biden obviously will not be winning Pennsylvania, which is a toss-up state, by 20 points. But statewide races, we've seen Democrats be more popular and Republicans be more popular. With Arizona, Mark Kelly obviously could win by a lean margin, and in Georgia, Raphael Warnock can win by a lean margin. We saw him win in my count, even though he won by about 1.5 points. That's still a lean margin back in 2021, or I guess this year in 2021, back in January. So he can definitely do it again in 2022. It just depends on how the campaign is, and frankly, the state of the country and the popularity of Democrats 11 months from now. And Nevada, Catherine Cortez Masto, won back in 2016 by a lean margin. She can win it again. But anyway, let's get to lean Republicans. Alaska, I still think, will be a lean Republican state, as well as Ohio and Florida. I think that Florida will remain a lean Republican in the race, regardless. I think that Marco Rubio is still a pretty popular candidate there, and even in such a climate as this, he'll end up winning by about 4 points in the best case scenario for Democrats. With Alaska, even with Lisa Murkowski kind of complicating things for Republicans over there in Alaska, I think they'll still manage to hold on to that Senate race. I see it very unlikely with them losing that, even with all of the craziness over there in Alaska. And in Ohio, it is a state that has shifted to the right. Even, this is a best case scenario, but we have to remember it is a red wave year, and I just don't see Republicans losing there. Trump won it by about over 7 points back in 2020, and Rob Portman won it by a decent amount. I don't think Democrats have a good shot unless you nominate somebody. I mean, I actually don't even think. I think Sherrod Brown probably will lose the Senate race in 2024. I don't see Democrats holding seats in Ohio for much longer. Now, tilt Democrat. I see Wisconsin tilting to the Democrats. Ron Johnson would be losing his Senate race, which would be an incredibly, incredibly close Senate race. And Ron Johnson would barely lose that race, in my mind. Democrats would somehow manage to regain it, depending on the candidate that they nominated. Probably someone like Tammy Baldwin, who is the incumbent senator in Wisconsin. But with the recent, trends of Wisconsin moving to the right, and this still being a red wave year, and coming off the cuffs of 2020, of the 2021 off-year elections with McConnell in New Jersey, and Phil Murphy in New Jersey, Republicans do have all the momentum coming into this election. So even in the best case scenario, it'd still be Wisconsin as a tilt margin, and North Carolina remaining a tilt Republican state. I don't see it going to the Democrats in 2022, and I see Republicans holding on to it. So even in a best case scenario for Democrats, it is they only flip 2 races. It is still 52 to 48. Well, it's not still, but it becomes 52-48 with them flipping Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Obviously, Pennsylvania, Matt Toomey retiring, and Wisconsin, Ron Johnson losing his Senate race. So that is my consideration for the best case scenario for Democrats in 2022. And this is obviously just after the 2021 off-year election. So I do have somewhat of a grasp on how, right after the elections, people usually have a grasp on how the next elections will go. So I'm assuming, based off of this, or Democrats will have a hard time, picking up many races in 2022. I think they'll be more on defense. But in the best case scenario, 52-48, they pick up 2 and expand their majority. But anyway, with that, please like the video below. Stay tuned for more videos. Comment if you disagree with any of the calls. Subscribe to the channel. And I hope that you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.